What's up, YouTube? This is Josh from Josh Likes Cards, and I want to introduce you to my friend, Terminus Giganticus. Let's take him out of the frame here for just a second so I can get something really big out of the way, and that is to say thank you so much to everyone at TFSource.com. You guys may have seen earlier on Ben's YouTube channel that I was the lucky winner of our Fans Toys Terminus Giganticus friend over here during their Customer Appreciation Week on TFSource.com. If you haven't already done so, I'm going to post a link to the video right here. You can check that out, where it was a super cool announcement with my name on a piece of paper in the hands of our friend over here. And wow, it was crazy. When I got a notification that somebody had commented on the video, said, "You won." I'm thinking, what did I win? Was it a random comment or a joke comment on some other video that I may have made? No, I won this guy. He's awesome. I'd love to keep him up here on the desk, but then you couldn't see my giant head. So I just wanted to say thank you, especially Tiffany, Kurt, and everybody who's at TFSource. Ben, definitely thank you for the videos. Please continue to do so. They are super informative, very helpful, incredibly awesome. I can't say enough positive things. I also want to tell you a little bit about myself. For those of you who may not be familiar with me or my YouTube channel, I'm a nerd. It is what it is, and I love it. You can see I'm wearing my Bad Comedy shirt right here with pride. And I've got my Transformers collection behind me a little bit. I play Magic the Gathering. I love comic books. I love anime. And I certainly love Transformers. I only recently got back into collecting back in June. My wife happened to buy me the Masterpiece Bumblebee that you can see right here. And it was pretty neat. I hadn't collected Transformers in a while. I had the early 2000s Toys R Us reissue series, but I sold it. I had somebody make me an offer I could not refuse. And I took the money and put it in my Magic card collection, and the rest is history. But I always kind of wondered, what if I kept that collection? I had every single one up until they released Soundwave and Perceptor in those new boxes, and I didn't like the art on the boxes, so I didn't get them, which I know is a weird thing to do. But because I keep my collection in the box, I just thought it was strange. It didn't fit everything else, and I didn't like it. So the reason I keep everything in the box is because I'm just one of those weird perfectionist kind of collectors. If I ever have to go sell the thing again, I can say mint in sealed box, new in box, smoke-free home, adult-owned, so on and so forth. Plus, there's just certain appreciation for the box art and being able to display the boxes themselves. Really strange. I know that's all about the figures, and certainly we'll talk about a couple of those here in just a minute. I am joined by my friend Optimus Prime. This was the first Transformer I ever got. I grew up watching Transformers in the 80s. I'm an 80s kid. I was born in 84. And I watched it every morning before school with my mom. So Transformers was a big part of me growing up, and I kind of remembered it with very fond memories and the time that we spent together. So I had an emotional connection to it. Kind of strange when you're talking about collecting a toy, but whatever, it is what it is. This guy went everywhere with me. I mean, you can see on the back, look at the sticker wear. I mean, he's missing a smokestack. He went everywhere. I don't even know where the mini-con is. I just have to make sure I push in really hard when I transform the guy so I don't break him. But, having those really good memories, he was part of a giveaway set that came with Megatron that I got for a birthday of mine. And a lot of my childhood was spent with Transformers. I didn't like G.I. Joe. I didn't get into Voltron, really. Certainly didn't care about Thundercats or Masters of the Universe. It was Transformers all the time. My collection that's behind me, I just wanted to share with you guys briefly. I don't have a lot of third-party figures. So the fact that this Fans Toys Terminus Giganticus is really the coolest third-party figure that I have now. He's now the centerpiece of my collection. And I will absolutely be rebuilding my display around this guy. The figures that you have in the background here, yes, Bumblebee kind of started the cascading effect, and I blame my wife if you're watching. It's your fault. The other figures that I have here are just ones that I thought were really cool. I always liked Soundwave. I thought he was great. And I like special edition things, whether it's Magic cards or video games and the Steelbook cases and that kind of thing. But the Year of the Goat on Optimus Prime and on Soundwave I just thought was a cool little touch. I never had an Acid Storm or a Sunstorm. When I sold my collection probably 5 years ago, I never really got those figures. I didn't, whatever. When I started seeing Titans Return stuff come out, and especially the Combiners, that's when I got a little interested in it again. And that's when I started talking to my wife about Transformers collecting, and she told me, I can't believe you sold your collection years ago, and then Bumblebee happened, and it's only been 2 months, and you can see kind of what's behind me. That's a good part of my collection, but it's not the whole thing. The figures that are on the far side there, whether it's the Takara reissues or whether it's the Toys R Us US reissues. They're figures that I particularly liked in watching the cartoons, episodes that I remembered, fan favorites and things like that, and just really random obscure things. You know, I have, what is it, MP12G Goldbug. I have my original Goldbug sitting in a display cabinet right over here. You know, Soundwave was always a favorite. G1 Soundwave sitting over there. I couldn't tell you where the tapes are, but he's over there. You know, and then the rest of the stuff, the masterpieces, I just like the way that they did the series. I'm not a completionist. I'm not going to go out and get every repaint or recolor, especially when it comes to the Takara things. Holy cow, the Japanese issue, Bathing Ape or Bape or whatever you call them. I'm sorry, I'm not going to spend $800 on an Optimus Prime. I'm going to draw the line at some point, and I feel like that's a good point to draw it. But, you know, some of the third-party figures that I've gotten into, I've never really had an experience with fan toys. And, you know, I did get the, I think it's MPP-10 or whatever it is, the Weijang version of Optimus Prime. Super impressive figure. I also have the invisible version of Mirage, and I got the translucent blue because it's Mirage and he should be translucent. You know, so my figures and my collecting, the way I do it is I always look for the things that I liked when I was a kid. Being in my mid-30s now, having some disposable income, being able to collect the awesomeness that is behind me, you know, is pretty neat. It's super awesome. But I certainly look for the things that I remember first, the things that I had an emotional connection to, and really the kind of the fan favorite stuff. You know, everybody remembers that 86 movie. It was crazy. That movie was ridiculous for so many different reasons. You know, the fact that they killed off so many likable characters and they were trying to move into a different direction with the series and so on and so forth. You know, if anything, that's even made me go back and think, well, Wheeljack died. Wheeljack was one of my favorites. You know, and just kind of switching up my collecting to be something where I remember my favorites. I remember the ones that I really enjoyed. You know, Omega Supreme was an interesting one. He was always a cool figure. I always liked him. In fact, there's a local collector who happens to still have his original in the box, which I can only imagine what that's worth. But, you know, when you talk about quality, when you talk about the way that this thing is built, I mean, this is just absolutely incredible. Yeah, I'm going to obscure the camera for a second. He's fully standing up right now. I mean, I can earthquake test this desk, you know, shaky cam it for 5 seconds. He doesn't move. He's so steady. He's so stable. You know, the stainless steel joints that he has, the LED lighting, some of the upgrades and things that are in here, you know, some of these third-party companies really get it right. And me being back into collecting for the last couple of months, when I first heard, you know, third-party figures, I thought, are those knockoffs? Are we just being nice and calling them third-party? No, not the case at all. You know, and that's what's been most impressive is some of these third-party figures and the fact that I've even looked at some of the other fans' toys, especially the Dinobots. Pretty sure that's where I'm going next. The folks that I've talked to who have them are just very impressed with them. They're very well made. The quality is absolutely there. And I have to extend another plug and a thank you, absolutely, to the folks at TFSource. You know, the different figures that you have on there, whether it's third-party, Takara, Hasbro, it doesn't matter. The selection that you guys bring, what you bring to your customers, and the fact that you can tell the people that design that website, the people who are behind it are collectors as well, and they're really passionate about what they do, it makes it awesome. It makes it a lot of fun for me as a collector to have somewhere to go, to learn about, you know, pre-order upcoming products, to look at all the cool things that third parties doing, and not just, you know, relying on what you see on Hasbro Toy Shop or anything else. So I just wanted to introduce my collection. I wanted to certainly extend my thanks and appreciation to Ben, to Tiffany, to everybody at TFSource. Guys, I can't say thank you enough. Really appreciate how quickly you got me. I mean, this was insane. I got the notification on, like, you know, Wednesday or whatever it was, and this thing showed up to my door this morning. It's just absolutely incredible. So thank you again for the awesome customer satisfaction, the fantastic giveaways. Ben, please keep making your videos. All of the things that you're doing on there are just super, super cool, and I tune in all the time. You've certainly got a subscriber in me. My name's Josh. I appreciate you checking out the video today. Thank you for tuning in a little bit. If you like my collection, if you like my magic videos, if you want to make fun of me, whatever, it's cool. Throw me a comment. Tell me what you think about our friend here, Terminus Giganticus, about my collection, whether or not you think I should rip every last one of these things out of the boxes, or if you are a boxed collector as well. Either way, guys, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. To everyone at TFSource, again, thank you so much. Please keep doing what you're doing. I'm out. We'll talk to you later.